Okay guys, so here's three other explanations of how right and left hand gears work. So the one that I like is, well, all of these are good. The one that I like is this resultant force method that I figured out. So if you think about it, so when you're doing your right hand rule, you're always like curling in the direction and your thumb points. You're curling in the direction of its turning, and your thumb's supposed to be pointing in the resultant direction. So the way this applies, so imagine on these teeth that the gears themselves, or the gear teeth, are the resultant forces. So if you put a little arrow on the direction, on the end of the direction you're going, so if we're going to go up and turning, so if you put these two together, that means that the resultant force has to be going that way. Or not the resultant, but the horizontal component. So it's going to be pointing with your right hand, which means that this is a right hand gear. So, but then similarly, if you go the other direction, it doesn't matter. So if we apply this one to this arrow, if we go the other direction and we just put the arrow on the other side, that's the direction it's going to be moving, then the horizontal direction is going to be that way. And that's still, so it's still going in the direction that your thumb is pointing, so that's still a right hand rule. Now for the left-handed gears, it'll work in the opposite direction. So if we go up, so work with this one. If we go up, then the horizontal direction is going to point opposite of what your thumb is doing. So, and then if you're going down, so go this one, and again, if we're going down with it, the horizontal force, or the thrusting force is going to be in the opposite direction of your thumb. So that's going to make this a left-hand rule, or a left-handed gear. So now, another method, not using right or left-hand rule, is the 90 degrees bike screw method. So if you take the gear and you turn it 90 degrees, it doesn't matter left or right, or if you'll go counterclockwise or clockwise 90 degrees, it'll still have the same shape. But if you go 90 degrees, if the gear teeth look like backslashes, meaning they're going back and to the left, that is a left-hand gear. If they're going forward slashes, so they're going up and to the right, those are going to be right-hand gears. And then there's also the screw method, where if you look at the teeth of the gears, and if those teeth were applied to a screw, if you rotated, so it was this one, if you rotated it normal, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, then it would pull itself into it would be driven into the board or whatever. So that gear with the same teeth setup is a right-hand gear. If you do that with the left-hand screw, where if you do righty-tighty, but if you're like doing the motion, but it actually pulls it out, then that's going to be your left-hand gear. So that is three other methods of describing how to get your right-hand gear versus left-hand gear. And one last thing to point out about the thrusting part is that this thrust that's acting on it is not, that's the thrust being acted on that gear by something else. It's not the thrust produced by it, which is where a lot of confusion comes in. So yeah, just keep that in mind, that thrust is caused by whatever it's acting on. So hope that helps, guys, and yeah, see you later.